Hey guys, welcome back. It's been 11 months since my last video on this channel, which is insane, but things got hectic and my main channel was taking up all the time that I had for YouTube. I really became super scrunched on time and I didn't just wasn't available to keep all these channels up. So this is one that I'm not getting rid of. I'm keeping this one because I really love doing it and it's fun. Even though it's just a few videos per year, it's fun. I like doing it. So without further ado, and my whole other channel got like revamped too. I deleted all the videos and I restarted it and it's been really good, with Star Wars, so it's great. Anyways, today's video is just going to be, like I've done in the past, just kind of we're going to go over everything because we have the new mazes and we have we have all that announced. We have all the tickets announced. We have the Legacy Store things to talk about, and I'm going to just cram it all in here. So without further ado, let's just start off with admission and your options for admission this year. So Scary Farm is running September 19th to November 2nd this year, which is what it used to be back in the day before the pandemic. It would run through November, like the first couple days of November. So I'm very happy they're doing that. It's starting super early and it's ending super late. And that's always the best combo. So, I might probably, my goal is to make 2 trips minimum this year. So we shall see. But anyway, so option 1, we'll just say, just the normal tickets. So you can go just get, the regular admission, $59.99 and above, depending on the day, to go just for a night. You don't get, any kind of special thing with it, and you can get a pass holder discount if you are not Berry Farm pass holder. So that is the first one, and now the second one, we have the admission and meal bundle, which is a single night to Scary Farm, and it's a select entree and side from the list of the Scary Good menu, plus a regular size fountain drink. So that it's something that you do there when you're at the park. You basically, it's like the Boysenberry Festival thing, but you get one entree and one side from a special menu. It's the same kind of deal. So that's how that is. And that would be $74.99 and up, depending on the day. Everything depends on the day. So then we move to the nightly all-inclusive. And this is a single night admission to Knott's. You get the single entree and side from the Scary Good menu, plus a regular size fountain drink, and Fright and Fast Lane and general parking all included in your ticket. And that is going to go starting from $200 and up, depending on the day. So next, we have the Scary Farm Buffet, which this isn't really a thing. It's an add-on that you can do, that they just added, I think, recently. It wasn't here before. It's $45 and it's an all-you-can-eat dinner, and you get a 2024 souvenir bottle, a photo with a monster, and early access to select mazes. And that is a really good deal because those souvenir bottles are like half that price normally. So, plus the dinner and all that and early access and a photo, when you combine all that money together, they gave you the cheaper end of the stick. Like you got a really good deal there. So I recommend that to any of you. That's just a good idea. Just saying, like I haven't done it yet, but I might do it this year because that's cool. I haven't experienced that yet, but it seems like fun. And that's, again, I believe it's dependent on the day. It's from 45 and it varies. Fright and Fast Lane. This is the fast lane for Scary Farm. You get priority access to all mazes, and you get priority boarding on select rides, the ones that are open. And this starts at $150 per night, and again, it varies depending on the day. I think this is the highest tier. Yes. So this is the highest tier ticket. And this is the very important Monster Tour. And it's like the VIP experience. So you get a single night admission to Scary Farm, a private guide for up to 6 hours, a buffet dinner, event t-shirt, general parking, and priority access to all mazes, select rides, and select shows. And that starts at $550, and it can go up depending on the day. That one, whether it's worth it to me or not, I don't normally have a problem with waits at Scary Farm. There's normally only a couple that are just way too long, but it's never that many. It's not that bad, So I don't know. This is just, if you really want to go all in, do it. But if you're like, you live around the area and you're going to go more than once, I wouldn't do this. But if you have like, I don't know, family out of town that have money and are willing to spend that, then they should, because you get the whole experience, every maze, every show, all of that. So that you're going to get the most out of your Scary Farm trip if you do that, like 100%. So here's just a couple other like options you can buy online right now. They have the Scary Farm group admission, which is groups from 15 to 99, and that is $54.99 per person, and it changes. So depending on the day. So that's again way lower price than the normal. Actually, that's not true. I'm stupid. The normal one's like from 60. Yeah. So you get $5 off if you go with a group of 15 or above, basically. So group admission is a thing this year, which is cool because the chaperone policy has kind of eliminated that, or it did for a while, but now they brought it back. So that's really cool. Yeah. So then another option you guys have is the Not Scary Farm 2024 pass, which you can go an unlimited amount of times to Scary Farm. And the pass holder discount does apply for that too. So you will get 10% off the Not Scary Farm pass. And it, again, starts at $160. I believe that's all it is. I don't think it's more than $160. That wouldn't make sense. I don't think that really has anything to affect the day. Yeah. So, yeah, with the pass holder discount, it's going to be $155. So that's your price. $155 every single day of Scary Farm. That's a good deal. Because honestly, like if you think about it, let's say we're going on the cheapest days, which I normally do because it's least crowded. So let's say we go 60 times 3. That's 180. So if I went 3 times, that's more than just getting a pass. So that's where getting a pass, I recommend it. To anyone local, that is an extremely good idea. Because if you're planning to go more than once, if you're just kind of like the one and done kind of person, don't worry about it. But for me this year, I want to go more, and I really want to kind of see what it's like to go multiple times, and if it, I don't know, it just would be a cool thing to have. So, I would want to do that. Again, but I'm not 100% sure if I will, but I do want to do that. So it's not out of the question, but it's really well priced is what I'm saying. Because again, the only time it would really be cheaper is if you went twice. Like then it's cheaper to just go twice. But I feel like I'd rather personally spend another $40 to be able to go for the rest of the season. Imagine being able to go to Scary Farm on Halloween. That would be crazy. And you wouldn't have to worry about maze lines. You wouldn't have to worry about any of that crap. You just get to go on Halloween. Like, that is the coolest thing, right? Like, what better Halloween event could you possibly think of? Nothing. That is it. That is the peak event. And the reason why I don't go on Halloween is because it is so crowded. that day. It's crazy. So, obviously, so I don't do that. But again, this year I've been considering it because that's just such a cool experience to have. So that's one thing. So we have ticketing and all that down. So next we're gonna go to, let's do the mazes. So here are the mazes, both returning and coming to Scary Farm this year. So our first new maze is called Widows. And it's, you can watch the Knots live stream and see everything, but a short description is, it's like a spider-possessed residents of a convalescent home are preparing a special place for you. Enter their web and succumb to their dark desires. So it's basically like you're in I forgot what the convalescent home, but I know that they said a more human term of that. It was like, I think a retirement home or something. And all the residents are like possessed by spiders and they become like, go completely out of their minds and there's spiders everywhere. And it's really cool. It's designed by Daniel Miller, who did Cinema Slasher, and I met him. He was a really cool guy. So again, highly recommend that. That is going to be cool. Our next one we have is 8 Fingers 9, the Boogeyman. That's a new maze. And it's you step inside a living fairy tale in a colonial township that's under siege by an inhuman monster that preys from the dark. As night descends, 8 Fingers 9 emerges from the shadows in search of fresh meat. His vicious bite penetrates deep, causing sleep paralysis, which holds his victim in sway while he slowly consumes their flesh. Step lively and beware of the dark, or you may be the main course of his next meal. Again, this one also looked really cool, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Both the new ones this year were great, because I remember 2022 was so disappointing. Like, the new mazes that were announced were just nothing. It was like Bloodline and the Grimoire, which weren't dark at all. Like, both of them were just like so whatever and mediocre and just not great, but then they stepped it up last year and they're stepping it up again this year, so that's lovely. So for returning mazes, we have the Chilling Chambers, which is great. I loved that one. We have Cinema Slasher, we have Room 13, the Grimoire, Bloodline 1842, Origins, the Curse of Calico, Waxworks, which is having its final year this year, so make sure you go to Waxworks before it is gone forever. That is very sad for me too, because that one is so impressive, and like the way they did that, and it was really one of the mazes that helps set up what they're doing now, because what they're doing now, the scale of their mazes has increased tenfold, and I feel like Waxworks was the start of that. So it's sad to see kind of the originator of, huge mazes at Scary Farm kind of go away now. That's unfortunate. And I love the feel of it and the story. It's really cool. So make sure you check that out. Also, we got Mesmer, and that's it. So what's missing from last year is the Depths and Dark Entities. Both of those are no longer being continued, and they are not going to be at Scary Farm this year, which I had no idea the Depths was being done. I had no clue, and I just figured that out yesterday, and that was not a great figuring out, because that was the first maze I ever went in back 4 years ago, so like that, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but it is gone. And that sucks, because that one was so impressive. Like, everything, the costumes, the sets, the Kraken part, the ship where it's rocking, like, oh my gosh, the projector scene where all the, like, swamp monsters are walking around, it looks like you're in water. Like, it was just such a technically impressive piece. So it's really sad to see it go. For Scare Zones, we didn't get any new ones this year, which is fine, because we've gotten 2 Scare Zones in a row, which is unusual. So first, of course, we have Ghost Town Streets. That's never going to go away. That's how it all started, Next, we have the Gauntlet, we have Goring 20s, Carnival, and Forsaken Lake. So all the same ones last year, returning this year. So that's that. And then shows. We did get a new show this year. I guess we'll just go through the three, original ones, then we'll go to the new ones. So one is Conjurers. The second one we have is, what the French? Le Magnifique Carnaval du Grotesque. The third one is The Hanging, which is a classic everyone loves. I love The Hanging. It's hilarious. And they're so out of pocket, too. That's what I love about it. Like, they are not scared to make jokes. And that's, like, it's real comedy, They're not catering to people or doing any of that crap. Like, it's just real. So it's lovely. And the latest maze we got added was the Elvira experience, which is basically... They're very much like... this year is very like Elvira focused. I know they had a little bit in the past, but they've really kind of locked it in this year and made it kind of a focus of this year. So there's going to be, some stuff there. So, and Cassandra Peterson will actually be appearing certain days of Scary Farm 2 at the show. So if you're an Elvira fan, you can go see her. I personally have no connection, but if you do, you can go ahead, then that'll be probably really, really cool for you. So another thing we have returning, and one of the things that I love most, I guess one of the newest additions that I love most about Scary Farm is the Legacy Store. And that's something you can go to right now as I'm recording this video. It is open to everybody. You do not need a ticket or pass or anything to go in it. It's just in the California marketplace, and you can go in through the Legacy Store entrance and look around, and it's completely accessible to the public, which is something they've never done before, because last year the only way to get in was to have a ticket, and you'd go in through this back door kind of by by Waxworks. And you'd go through this door and this big fancy, Legacy Store door, and then you'd go in. But there was no getting out. It was just only Knott's visitors can go. But now if you don't have a ticket or a pass, you still can go in at any time, too. And last year, I think it was like only during Scary Farm, too. So this has really swung the opposite way. And you can go in whenever you want. Any Knott's trip you take. I've been a pass holder for like 10 years, maybe more, probably 12, 13 years. So to me, like today I went and I got I think it's in here. I'll go grab that. I got the 2024 kind of road shirt. So it's really cool. They did a really good job this year. Just like last year's was really cool, too. That's probably somewhere in my laundry pile right there. Interesting, but yeah. Like I said, for me, when I go to Knott's, I go often. So I can just go to Knott's, have fun there. And then what I did is I went on a couple rides and we just walked out and we went to the Legacy Store. It's just as amazing as last year. I love it. It's so cool, man, because it's like you have the same exact vibe of Scary Farm, but it's accessible all the time, before Halloween's even starting. So it's great. I love it, man. I'll probably stop by there multiple times just to walk around and be in that environment, because it's just really cool. Like, it's so well designed. But yeah, so you can go whenever. They said on their Instagram that you can check their website for hours. That's not true. I've not seen any kind of specific hours for the Legacy Store. So I believe it's just open when the park opens and closes when the park closes. So yeah, I love the Legacy Store. It's so cool because they have literally everything you want. They have hats, they have shirts, sweatshirts, just merchandise. They have the collectible mugs. They have, plushes. They have the Not Scary Farm Monopoly. They have like all sorts, like anything you would want with the Not Scary Farm label on it, they pretty much have, so that's really cool. But that is, oh yeah, also Cassandra Peterson will do autograph opportunities in that store as well on select Scary Farm nights. And now this has got me wondering, what exactly is going to happen, with people from Scary Farm going into the Legacy store through Scary Farm, and how are they going to prevent people from outside getting into Scary Farm through the Legacy store? Like that thing now is just raced through my mind. I'm like, how are they going to control this? Because I don't possibly see a way where they're just not going to let people in Scary Farm go to the Legacy store, because the Legacy store is the big Scary Farm merchandise store. So that wouldn't make any sense for you to tell people, break out of the immersion, break out of the experience, leave the park, go to the Legacy store, leave the Legacy store, and go back in. Like, that's just stupid. If they make people do that, that's just dumb. Like, I have no idea why that's even a thing. That shouldn't, I hope that that's not a thing. I hope that what I think they should do is they can have both, but what they have to do is they have to have people, like guards, kind of watching the entrance back into Knott's, and they have to make you rescan your ticket to go back in. That's what I think they should do, because if you're just going to leave it open, people are going to go. So obviously they're not doing that. So I'm just very curious to see what they do. I think that's what they're going to end up doing, is just kind of have a barricade, which is what they have now. When I went today, it's just barricaded as we speak. And they are going to what I assume is kind of rescan your ticket and let you back in. That's my guess. Because there's, again, no way that they're completely closing it to everyone in the park and making you go outside the park and in the other door. Like, that is a long walk, too. Because it's all the way down to the furthest end of the California Marketplace. It's by, how do I describe it? So you have Ghost Rider, here kind of in the overhang. And you have the parking on this side. It's like right on the other side. So it's like super close to that parking lot. Where there's like it's so hard to describe. Like Ghost Rider, if you've ever walked through the tunnel, where sometimes if you walk through, you can hear Ghost Rider because it's like happening right above your head. It's that tunnel, but there's that weird gardenish area, and then you go straight through the door that's next to the gardenish area, and there's a big like new sign there that says Legacy Store. So it's self-explanatory, but you don't go in through, when you're walking through the marketplace and there's that kind of divot in the stores where it's all plastered with, what's it called? Legacy Store, like wallpaper. You don't go in through there. And that's what I thought at first. And there was a guy who said behind me, who luckily was like, well, I already would have checked there, but he was like, it's on the other side. I was like, oh, thank you. So just make sure you go in through the main entrance, which is all the way down the California Marketplace. So yeah, like I said, that's just adding to my point of I don't think they do that because it's too long of a walk. It would be annoying. It's just going to be, they're sacrificing their, I guess, peace of mind because now they have something to worry about and they're doing it for us. It's like a sacrifice. So thank you, Knott's, for dealing with that crap, because I'm sure that will be a problem. And I'm sure people will finagle their way in somehow, and that's unfortunate. But I believe in them. I think they can get good security. So yeah, I that's the deal there. And I think we've covered like literally everything, which back in the day, this used to take me like 4 or 5 videos, 6 videos to cover all this stuff. Not anymore. You know, back when they did the weekly maze announcements and weekly whatever, it was easier to make videos. But once they brought back Nightmares Revealed, which I love, it just was stupid to make, you know, separate videos on each maze. So I just decided to do this now. But yes, that is it. That is all. I mean, we could go over food, but no, well, we don't. You've been here for long enough. If you want to go see the food options, because you have to visually. I could edit it in, but I don't have time. So, yeah, just go to knott's.com/events/scary farm. But between scary and farm, you have the hyphen. So do that. You can go see all the stuff that I've told you right now. Yeah, so basically I don't have the map yet. They haven't released that. That'll be released, I assume, when the Scary Farm starts. So once Scary Farm starts, I will go over the map and do the map planning thing that I do every year. That'll be there. So just keep an eye out for that. That'll be my second video and probably my last video for the season. And if you want to see more of me, go to Sade Video, which is my main channel, and I cover Star Wars on that channel. We have a lot of fun there, and you know, things get serious sometimes and heated, and you know, it's funny sometimes and really fun and sometimes really infuriating, but go check it out. So thank you for watching. Again, that channel is SAADE Video, all in one space. Look it up. Yeah, so thank you. Leave a like, subscribe, share, get this channel out there. I hope this hope this helped you guys out a lot, and I will again see you in the next video, which will be the map go over thing. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.